Hey guys, welcome back to Etheria Restart. In today's video, I want to talk about Inferno DokiDoki. I did manage to clear it with this team on screen, but it is definitely by no means an auto team, and it is not even reliable on manual, so keep that in mind. A lot of the runs you guys will see around for the Infernos will be manuals and not always reliable. I personally think they have gone way too far with overtuning the Infernos in general, and that's probably going to be my next video, talking about what the problem is with Inferno at the moment. Not just that it's hard, because a challenge is always good, but that it's just ridiculous. Basically, in shells, get Lily and Shadow Sadia. Or just mold is pretty much the gist at the moment. But I will update you guys on that. I'll go through that. But what I want to do is talk about something that can help you over here in DokiDoki, because DokiDoki is the one fight in the Infernos that I think people may eventually be able to get to doing. Now, there's a couple key things in this one. Like I mentioned, the team that I used was Tiamat, Double Healer, Lily, and Kaz. If we look at the replays, you'll see some Realmokas, you'll see some Jadas, you'll see some Messiahs, beefed out Messiahs doing some pretty good stuff. This one's an... What is this? Oh no, that's Realmoka. I was going to say, what is it? Where's the damage? But as you can see, you'll see Jadas and stuff like that, Realmokas, Messiahs. That's pretty much all you're going to see in the replays. Once again, Realmoka there, Jada there, Messiah there. Yeah, so that's pretty much all you will see at the moment. Now, the reason Jada is so good is because of Revelation. Basically, once she gets max flames, she's going to be hitting multi-hit every time with this attack. So every 3 turns when Revelation procs, Revelation is going to allow her to deal an extra 12% of the enemy's max HP, up to 180% of her attack. So you're getting a massive chunk of true damage on top of everything else that she does, and it is Revelation that is the best DPS in the game at the moment, not Jada. It's Revelation, so trust. But that is why she's doing so well, because Revelation is essentially just the best DPS in the game right now. So that's why she's doing incredible things over there. Realmoka for Realmoka reasons, but she's having a harder time as well, purely because of the fact that the bosses are way more chunky. So you need really good stats on your Realmoka to actually get those one-shots. So that is why she's there. And Messiah, a lot of these Messiahs you'll see are whale Messiahs with max skill 5 of 5 on dupes, and that's why Messiah is doing well at the moment. So once again, I tried to make mine, using what I have. Now I do have the Jada, and I do have the whatchamacallit on her, the Revelation. Ignore my build, it's a scuff build at the moment. But the problem is, with the Jada teams, I really find that Valerian is almost a must-have with her, because Valerian is just huge with her shielding, the extra buff she gives. She also provides the attack buff and the sustain. Valerian is just huge, and because I'm free to play and I haven't spent the $1, I don't have Valerian, so rip me. But this is the team I ended up going with. Now, we are using Tiamat as the main damage dealer. Just note that these guys all destroy max HP based on damage you dealt, so that's going to hurt Tiamat's damage. And the big thing is in this one, you need shields. Now, my Lily is also slower than these guys, so I get outsped, which means I lose max HP off their first few hits, which really sucks. Before I even think about autoing this, I've got to go ahead and get Lily faster. My Lily is currently at, 150, 70, 176 speed, and she's too slow. So I don't know what the speed limit is, but hopefully it's not too far away for me. Now, that is what I'm doing. There is 2 key things that I think will help anyone looking to do Inferno if they're trying to improve their runs. The first thing is the Artisan Shell. So you can see on my Lily and also on my Ling Luo, I have the Artisan Shell. This guy is amazing. He gives you a boost to defense, and he also gives you a shield for you and your lowest HP ally. As I mentioned, because the enemies here are dealing damage, are destroying your max HP based on the damage they deal, you need to not take the damage. So shields are the way, and Artisan is huge. So Artisan is a massive one. He also gives you the defense buff. Now, the way this works is he procs at before your turn, essentially. So you get 1 turn of the defense buff is used up on the turn that you attack. So you really only get the turn between 1 turn with the defense buff and the shield if it's yours that procs. It still puts for 2 turns on the ally, but for you, because you consume a turn on the turn it goes up, is essentially only 1 extra turn worth of those buffs. Just keep that in mind. So Artisan is huge. I honestly want to get my whole team on Artisan, even Tiamat. Like, even my Tiamat, when I test her on an Artisan, she was still giving like a 10k shield off that. The other thing is the Artisan shield will stack with other shields. So my Tiamat shield and Artisan shields stack together, giving you even more damage mitigation. And then I'm using my Ling Luo, and Ling Luo, the fantastic thing about her is she has her skill 2, which extends buffs. That's really nice for extending these shields and adding to that mitigation. Once again, Valerian also fantastic because every time your characters take a turn, they get a shield based on her max HP, which is a huge effect. So if you have a Valerian, definitely test her out because she is fantastic. But that is the team that I went ahead and used. And once again, there is one other thing that I think is going to be very, very impactful for people trying to clear this. Now, that is going to be if I come over to my Kaz and we go to modules, that's going to be the Timewweave set. I think Timewweave is going to be huge. I would love to have my my Ling Luo on Timewweave. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. She's on 2 pieces of Bulwark because they're both defense pieces, and I'm using her with Artisan. But yeah, if I could get her on Timewweave, I think it would be even better. But Timewweave is such a strong thing, especially with this Kaz. On average, she's on average using her skill 3, normally every 2 turns. Sometimes it won't be, but a lot of the time it's every 2 turns, which is fantastic. I thought about doing Halloween as well, but now I just think I want more Artisans. But yeah, Timewweave is huge. Once again, on Kaz is massive. I think Ling Luo would be the other one that I would love to have a 12-piece Timewweave. But the thing is, I do want to stay fast as well. So you can see we're at 128 speed over here. My Kaz is on, 120 speed, which is okay because, I've got her skill 1 maxed. So on almost maxed. So that's why she gets the extra speed and she can get away with only the 8 set of Swift Rush. But I think when you look to gearing, once again, I think one of the biggest tips I can give people trying to get through this DokiDoki Inferno fight is going to be Timewweave sets and Artisan shells. I just think those are just 2 of the most key things that can really help support you to get you through it. So that is what we're looking at. I'll show you guys my team and then I'll just jump into the run and show you guys the start of the run and the basic mechanics of it. So this is my team at. My teammate is on a fast HP build with 1 crit piece, just to let her crit more because my Lily is providing her with crit damage, so may as well capitalize on that. She's got the Alicorn shell, and she does have 0 skill ups into her kit, except for, the basic stat ones. Then we go into my Lily. My Lily is trying to be fast as possible. She would be on Bramble if I could get a bloody Bramble Swift Rush Artisan to drop, but I just can't get it. So at the moment, she's only on Swift Rush. Bramble does make a difference on a lot of things as well. So Bramble is a great set for, Lily to get her advance and the ally with the lowest gauge advance. It's really nice, but that is what she is on. Now, her skills are skill 1 and skill 2 maxed. My son here is skill 1, 2, and 3 maxed. She is just on, she's on Swift Rush and Bramble. Still with the black flag. I haven't updated her build. Once again, I will probably put her on an Artisan as well and see how it goes. My Ling Luo is on the Artisan. Once again, she's on that defense, 3 defense slots and the 12-piece Swift Rush. The 5-piece Bulwark also gets her 10% HP, which is a bit of extra survivability as well. And then finally, my Kaz, once again, she's on that Timewweave and 8 Swift Rush with the Gigabyte shell. I do like this Gigabyte. It also does have the 26% HP and the 10 speed. So I'll probably leave her on this because it's just got pretty decent stats on it, so it's not too bad. And the Gigabyte is nice for, cutting in front of people, and I do use her in real-time arena, so it's nice over there as well. But that is a look at the builds. Once again, Kaz, Ling Luo, and Sanya are all 5-star. I did take my Lily to 6-star for that extra speed to see if it could get me faster. It didn't. And then my teammate is at 6-star as well. So let's jump in. I'll show you guys the fight, but once again, if you are trying this, it is going to be bloody hard. I think they've overtuned the shit out of Inferno. And once again, I'll do a whole video going through that in probably my next 1 or 2 videos. But why not take a look at it? But once again, I think Artisan, Timewweave, 2 very important things. But let's jump in here. I'll show you guys my run. Now, unfortunately, Tiamat is stupid and uses her skill 3 on priority still. Devs, can we please make her use her skill 2 as a priority? So you can see I'm already getting outsped by these guys. Really does suck in general that I'm too slow still. So once again, that's another thing. Getting speed up is going to be just a very important thing in general. So I'm going to go ahead and boost my Tiamat. Then I'm going to go ahead and shield as my priority. Then I'm going to go ahead and increase her max HP because I want to get that damage up as well. So that's who I really want to go ahead and target. Now we can pretty much just put... Oh, dude, no, we can't put it on auto. I really wanted to use a skill 3 there. That's all right. That's all right. It just means I got to adjust what I'm doing. So now we're going to reset. Now I got to put it back on manual actually because Tiamat's going to move and I want to double up on the shield. So now we're going to go ahead and do this. And this is where I actually want a skill 2 with my Ling Luo because that's going to allow me to extend those buffs. So that's one thing that she won't do on auto. Unfortunately, she only heals when she needs to. There we go. We're going to go ahead and nuke that. And there goes our artisan shields. Now we're going to go extend those. Now we can put it on auto for a bit. And we should be pretty good. Now we're going to go ahead and nuke. And like I said, that's pretty much the gist. Like I said, the only change I would love to make is be faster with my Lily, because then we would have no destroyed HP at the moment. And also have more artisans, because then we've got more chances to get more chunky shields, which protects our max HP, which helps us survive. And that's pretty much the name of the game in this one at the moment. The other thing I could do is definitely change the shell on my Tiamat. I'm thinking about playing around with the golden lion. I'm trying to find out if the golden lion is what it says in its description or what it says on the buff it gives. The description says it's final damage increase. The buff says it's, I think it says crit damage increase. So I don't know which one it is. I tried some testing and it gave me the same numbers with or without stacks on a crit. So I'm like, I got no idea. So we'll wait and see how that pans out. I'll keep you guys updated. The other thing is I did test out the interactions between with Amber. Now Amber, if you proc Amber by, you know, dying, you actually get to restore all of your max HP lost. So Amber is maybe another thing that you can look to try and cheese around with in this dungeon to maybe, you know, play around with that max HP recovery. But I'm thinking about putting one of those two on my Tiamat and having a test. I'm leaning towards the golden lion, because if that is final damage that it actually provides, the final damage is going to be incredibly nice for my Tiamat. And also that accuracy means if I use my AoE in the later game, it's going to go ahead and be more reliable to land those taunts. So I think that's probably what I'm going to look towards. And Tiamat is just really good at stacking the golden lion, because you stack golden lion stacks based on using basic attacks, and also follow-up attacks and revenges both count to that. So Tiamat just ideal for that kind of situation. So let's see here. Boom. What revenge? Nice. So that's the basic gist of this one. The way it just grinds through. Like I said, it's not fancy, it's not magical, it's not going to be a reliable auto team, because Tiamat's AI is horrible. You're going to get Lily using that skill when it's completely useless to the team, because right there it would have been better to use a basic attack, get the damage, because we're not actually reducing any cooldowns for Tiamat, but is what it is. And my Lily's accuracy is way too low. The other thing is accuracy. My Kaz has 160 accuracy, and she reliably misses the boss in the second wave. You can see we're still missing a lot here. Yeah, the accuracy issue is massive. Like, the resistance on these things must be just completely next level. Oh, dude, and we had attack break, so you can see leaving it on auto, it's going to get scuffed, because my Lily on auto used her skill 2 on the bloody... on the bloody Sanya. So once again, there's a lot of issues that are going to cause this stuff to go not the way you want it to, unfortunately, but now we can go ahead and do that, and we recover back to normal. We're going to go put it back on this. Let's see if she... Okay, good. She used her skill 2. That's what I was hoping for. Now we can put this back on auto and have a look. But once again, just showing you how you need those shields, because look at my Linglow's HP. As soon as you lose a shield for a couple seconds, you're just getting absolutely monstered by these things. Like I said, they deal a truckload of damage, and they don't take a hell of a lot. But obviously, I'm not using a mass damage strat, but, you know, the Revelation is a big thing for this. Once again, Revelation just dealing huge true damage, which is fantastic if you do have it. Okay, I decided to cut a good chunk out. You can see we're on a failed run here, but you can see just how monstrous these things are. So you've pretty much got those two strategies at the moment for most people. If you have a Remoka, you can definitely try that if you get enough damage into it. If you have the Revelation with something like Ajada, you can definitely do monstrous damage with that as well. That is definitely a viable option on top. And then, like I said, I'm just trying to abuse Artisan as much as possible, and Timewweave to try and just keep those attack breaks on the enemies, keep the damage mitigation off them, and keep the shields on me as long as possible. Once again, it is not 100% reliable, but it's the best I could do just to clear the damn thing. I do think that these things are overtuned as hell, and hopefully they make some adjustments, because I think this is going to be a very big issue, maybe deal breaker for a lot of people when they get here, because it's just like, when you jump into the shell dungeons, like, this is hard. The shell dungeons are like borderline impossible in my opinion. I just look at them and I'm like, this ain't it. But anyway, guys, that is a look at what I did for the Inferno DokiDoki. Once again, there's going to be some experimenting. I'll update you guys as I find out any other cool strats, because this is damn hard. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.